up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Monday. Let's kick the week off right. It's a new moon on Monday. No, actually, it's not a new moon. Anyways, play along with me, please. Let's kick it old school. No, it's October 9th, 2023. Holy crap. It's going to be Christmas before you know it. Anyways, enjoy the ride, folks. We are 5 games through this Buckeye season. Who knows how many there will be, but there'll be at least 12. We know that. So enjoy the ride is my advice, no matter how frustrating it can be at times. I was going to cue up the Benny Hill music for today's show, especially since we're going to talk about the offense. So me and YouTube are not getting along right now. We're on a non-speaking basis, so they've been giving me a hard time. So I will not use anybody's copyrighted material, music, video, whatever. All right, just make you happy, YouTube. Anyways, so today we're talking offense, usual grades, stats. Tomorrow we'll dig into the defense, stats, grades, and we'll get into it here. Man, I don't know where to start. This is really hard to do. That was a horrible offensive performance in that first half. Thank Christ they came back and redeemed themselves in the second half. What did we go, like 27-0 or 27-7 in the second half? Finished the fourth quarter 17-0. So good. But still lots of room for improvement here. So let's start off with Kyle. 19 of 30 is what I have, 63.3% completion, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a nice little 10.7 average, by the way. So nice numbers there. No picks, so taking care of the ball for the most part. Did have a ball batted down, had a couple drops in there by his receivers. I think one was from Chip and one was from Marv. Marv, you can pencil him in. I mean, when a guy gets 15 targets in a game, actually, I think it was 13 targets, you're going to have a drop here or there. And then a couple sacks. The pressures by the O-line are a big problem. He had 8 dropbacks where he was pressured, including a couple sacks. I think they were targeted with 3, or they were credited with 3 sacks. Maryland was, but PFF here just has 2. Maybe one was a TFL according to their book. Anyway, let me share the passing chart here for this game and Kyle. So this is what we got. Again, working the middle of the field is Kyle's strength. Did a little bit of business on the right side of the field, which is good because we've been pointing out over the last few weeks how he's kind of ignored the right side of the field. And we were wondering, were we ever going to work that side? The left side actually got ignored in this game, but down the middle, start with the deep balls over 20 yards, 139, 58 of it on one big play there. So 3 for 3 though, got the touchdown to Marv. That was all Marv down there. And the one to Fleming, they considered in the middle of the field that set up a touchdown. So 3 of 3 on the deep balls to the middle. That's great. 4 of 4 overall over 20 yards. That's really good. I'll take that. Usually your deep passes are, 50% at best, but nice little that ball to Cade for 37 yards was to the right side and deep. 3 of 4 over the middle for a touchdown, 58 yards, and 1 of 3 to the right in the intermediate 10 to 20 range. That 3 to 4 was 10 to 20 range. Again, 0 for 2 to the left in that medium range. And then the short range, 0 to 10 yards, right over the middle, 7 of 11, 68 yards. And then 1 of 1 from 0 to 10 off to the right for 12. and a couple behind the line of scrimmage. That one, that one 18-yard loss that we took was Chip should have just batted the ball down, not even tried to catch it. Take the incompletion, because it would not have been a penalty on Kyle. So if the receiver doesn't catch it, so 1 of 1 off to the left behind the line of scrimmage. So pretty quiet numbers there, but the big plays, really got us those yards of 320, and Marv was mostly the recipient of those. So let's stop sharing that. Let's go back here. Okay, so let's start with the rushing game. All right, so Chip, 60 yards, 61 yards on 20 attempts, 3.1 average, did have the 1 touchdown. Notice that 1 touchdown was a toss to the field side, not to the boundary. Should be noted there. Chip had yards after contact, not much, 1.9, Mayan 1.5. Forced missed tackles, Chip with 5, Mayan with 2. Just 1 rush over 10 yards. Mayan had that in the fourth quarter. 1 rush over 10 yards. Yeah, this running game is not great right now. So Chip doing okay, but just average. He graded out at a 61.4, Mayan a 57.2. There were more yards to be had there, but Mayan went 6 carries, 23 yards, 3.8 average. Really, I think he should have got into the game earlier. He was running with some juice there in the fourth quarter. Put his helmet right in a freaking DB's chest, man. Put that dude in the ground. Anyway, receiving wise by the running backs, Chip, 3 targets, 1 catch for that -18. He did have a drop. Mayan 1 catch for 4 yards, so nothing major there. Again, I put a lot of the running game issues on the O-line. So let's look at those guys here. Now, Matthew Jones. This guy is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He will have he leads the team in run blocking this game with an 85. All right. Very good. Excellent, actually. Then we flip over to his pass blocking, 49-1. You fucking kidding me? A 49-1 pass blocking. Holy hell. That's what I'm saying. This guy, like, this entire O-line is like they've regressed, and I don't think you can start benching guys. We got Penn State in less than 2 weeks. We got 1 game before Penn State to work on whatever you want to work on. Justin Fry. I don't think you can start benching dudes. I don't know what to do, but you can't just, benching guys right now. Then that guy has to come in, a new guy. Let's say you bring in Luke Montgomery or whoever for Josh Simmons, for example. Now you got to get that entire unit working together again from scratch. It takes a lot of reps, a lot of snaps, a lot of time to get 5 offensive linemen working as a cohesive unit. I don't think you can bench guys right now. But continuing here with the run blocking, Josh Simmons. So Matthew Jones, good job run blocking. Just, maybe try a little harder on pass blocking. I don't know. Josh Simmons, 69.9. So quite a fall off from our best run blocker to our second best. Josh Simmons, just barely above average at a 69.9. Josh Fryer, 63.3. Fryer had a horrific day all the way around. Donovan Jackson, 63.2. What has happened to Donnie? This is not the guy that I thought was going to – he was in a contract year. I thought he was leading for the NFL next year. Doesn't look like it. Then down here, Carson Hensman, 59.3. That's your center. Horrible, horrible run blocking grades. I don't know what the issue is. And there were no penalties on the O-line in run blocking snaps. Yeah. I don't know, man. So let's go look at pass blocking, then we'll get to the receivers. We'll, bad news first kind of situation. So pass blocking, Donovan Jackson, 73.3. So again, another Jekyll and Hyde situation. Donovan Jackson, horrible run blocking score, grade. Excellent, well, not excellent, good with a 73.3 pass blocking. So what is going on? I throw my hands in the air because I have no freaking clue, man. So 73.3. Josh Simmons, a 70.1. Josh Fryer, 69.8. Carson Hensman, 67.8. And then Matthew Jones, 49.1. Pass blocking. That's horrible. He allowed 2 hurries. Josh Fryer allowed a sack and a hurry. Josh Simmons allowed 3 hurries. So overall, 6 hurries, 8 pressures altogether when you include sacks, hits, hurries, all that shit. So this O-line has to get their shit together. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the fucking coach. I don't want a part of that. So let's talk some receiving here. Put a smile on your face. Marvin Harrison, obviously grading out highest for the team, 83.1. I've got 13 targets here with PFF, 8 receptions, 163. That's a 20.4 yard average, 1 touchdown. And it lined him up all over. He had 9 snaps in the slot. Then you got Emeka with 4 targets, 3 catches, 40 yards. Julian Fleming, 2 for 2 with 45 yards. X-Man, 1 for 1 for 12. Cade, 2 receptions on 3 targets for 66 and the touchdown. So spreading the ball around. Carnell Tate, 1 for 1 for 8 yards. Ballard, 0 for 1. Mayan, 1 for 1 for 4. Chip had 1 of 3. We mentioned his drop earlier. Let's talk yak yards. Cade, 14.5. Mayan, 9. He had a little swing pass behind the line of scrimmage there. Emeka, 6.3. X-Man, 6. Marv, only 4.9 yak yards for all the 163. Well, he gets most of his yards through the air, but then gets tackled. He doesn't, like he was talking about over the summer, his focus and his goals were to increase his yak yards. I don't know, 5 yards is not impressing me. So, again, he had his obligatory 1 drop for the game. Xavier Johnson had a penalty, and Emeka had a penalty. That was a hold. Xavier Johnson's was bullshit. They called him he went in motion, and they said that he started moving forward towards the line of scrimmage. Dude, that happens on every fucking play when somebody goes in motion. So, anyways, overall, I mean, Marv carried the receiver group, of course, and Cade kicking in his 66 yards. So, really, the moving the ball through the air carried this team in the second half, and high flying, big plays, definitely helped. So plenty to work on, obviously, all the way around, but especially run blocking, running the ball. I'm not sure Trey would have made much of a difference had he played. I've heard this idea thrown out that maybe we use Chip on first and second down and then Trey on third. I don't know. Seems like you're limiting those home runs that Trey hits. Seems like you'd want him on the field more often because you never know when he's going to crack one. Chip is Mr. Consistency for the most part, getting you 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 yards. He's not going to hit a home run. He's like 230 pounds, typically. So I don't know. Just something to chew on, I guess. But anyways, we'll get into the defense tomorrow. All right. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.